Hello and welcome to Hendricks How-Tos. I'm Jody Kaylor, clairvoyant reader and healer and Hendricks coach. And today is the first how-to of the year. And when I was thinking about this event and wondered what I would talk about, I decided to call it How Did I Get Here? In part because I'm a big David Byrne and Talking Heads fan, and in part because it's an access into what I want to talk about today. When I think of a new year, January 1st, I think of resolutions, as many people do. The thing is, not everybody wants to make resolutions. Not everybody has to, of course, but it's a common cultural society thing. And when I think about January 6th, which is today, as an American, I think about events at the Capitol, but I also lived for a long time in France, and there, January 6th is, I believe it's Epiphany, one of the religious holidays. But for us, for the average person, it was you eat this particular thing called the king cake, and has a porcelain figurine inside of the cake, and you hope to get that in your piece. And if you do, you get to wear the cardboard crown that the bakery gives you with the cake. I also learned from a Dutch boyfriend many years ago about January 6th. There is when the kids get Santa Claus things in their shoes. And in Italy, it's a creature who comes in on a broom, La Befana, who gives kids things in their shoes. So what meaning we give to things depends a lot on where you live and your family and your culture and who you are. So that's the entry point to the topic of the external world that I was just speaking of and the internal world. So the external world is the exogenous. The internal is the endogenous, what comes forth from within you. And you know I love my props. So with this Hoberman sphere, these are all the societal and family and cultural and religious things that may be bearing down on you and seeking to mold you in a particular way, whereas the endogenous self comes out toward the world, and those things may all exist out there, but they feel farther away, like they're not molding you as much when you can be in touch with your authentic self and make the choices that are aligned with you. So examples might be, some families say, well, you know, we're doctors in this family, or we're cops in this family, and we have 3 generations. And so of course that's what you'll do. Or a family might say, you don't want to be an artist, you won't make any money. Your country might tell you one thing or demand certain things of you, which is very different from what another country would do. And then of course there's marketing, which wants us to do and buy all sorts of things, all of this coming from the outside. So we all face questions. Just think about how it's assumed that a woman will have children, or that a person wouldn't leave a secure job or move to another country. Why would you? We have the best country. And then there's all the pressure to cover the gray. And in my case, while I did not have any pressure from my family, society had things to say about all of that. And I didn't have children, and I did leave a secure seeming banking job many years ago. And I did move to another country for quite a while. And I don't cover the gray because those things were aligned with me in the face of this pressure. So what do we do in the face of this? How do we choose to get away from the meaning making that wants to get placed on us? I say, take a moment, take a deep breath. And be present. You may want to close your eyes. Be present with yourself, the only one here, despite those voices and pressures. Breathe, get present, get curious. How did I get here? How did I give meaning to things? Do I still have the same beliefs and thoughts about the meaning of things as the outside world was telling me, especially when I was too young to know any different? I hear stories about how people grew up and they say, I thought I had a normal family. That's all I knew. So what opens and expands you, and what contracts and closes? For example, if I said, hey, do you want to go to the deepest Amazon with a flimsy tent and a pair of sandals and shorts and have an adventure? If somebody asked me that, I would say, no, I would know from this contracting away that that's a no. Somebody else might say, yeah, that sounds like fun. And both are great. It's just what is aligned with you. The meaning you give to things, the awareness of your own choices in the face of what anybody else would say. The exogenous world versus the endogenous world. Something that could support you in this is an app called Presence Connect Play from the Hendricks Institute. And as you refresh it, you get each time a different way to presence yourself, to connect with yourself and others, and to play. You can use that throughout the day as you need it or whenever you feel like it, but just know that it refreshes, gives you options. And then when you're in the moment, even without the app, you may recall something that worked for you, what helped you presence, what helped you connect with your knowing, and what was playful for you. So I think about when I ask myself, how did I get here a year from now or 5 years from now? I want to know that I made aligned choices for my authentic self, despite the noise of the world. And I wish that for you. Thank you for being present with me today or with this video whenever you watch it. And I'll see you next time on Hendricks How-Tos. Bye-bye.